And introducing Jay Talwar from HVCB, and I believe Karen after that. Yeah, Jay?
Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Mr. Solomon. Aloha. Thanks for hanging in there. I'm just going to jump right into this because I'm competing with lunch. So on the good news front, we've got strong sentiment out of North America for leisure travel looking forward in the year. I mean, extremely solid. This is travel for leisure to any destination. Then when we look specifically at Hawaii, again, it's extremely positive. So looking at 2015, things are looking good in terms of desire to travel. And if you look at seat availability, has been covered quite a bit already this morning. There are a lot of positive indicators with air seats coming to Hawaii. These are the top markets in terms of growth. John Monahan looked at that and said, does anyone remember where we did the market saturations? So positive news there. But I think as we look at all of that good news for us personally in the destination, we also have to remember there's good news for travel outbound in general. So there's lift growth as well to our competitive destinations. So a little dose of reality with that good news. And then another dose of reality is as we're looking at people who are moving down the booking path to come to Hawaii, for the first time ever, 40% of them have pulled out of the booking path based on issues really related to pricing. So it's clear to us that we really need to work on the value equation with the North America visitor. And the way we're doing that is with things we can control, which is the brand imagery for the destination. And so we've launched a new campaign, hashtag Let Hawaii Happen. It launched in January. And I think the key is that something that sets us apart from our competition is we have incredible visitor satisfaction ratings from North America. 98% of past visitors really enjoyed their vacation to the destination, top 2-box score, and 99% of those would recommend a vacation to the Hawaiian Islands to their friends and family. And once they come, they tend to come back. They have great satisfaction, so close to 75% of the visitors from North America are repeat visitors. So the destination is doing a great job for our visitors from North America. They love it, they come back, they want to recommend it, which means from a marketer's perspective, we're really focused on developing new customers for you. And so when we look at the overall universe of Hawaii target travelers, 26 million people across the country, almost a third of them have yet to come to the destination. So that's our focus for 2015 and moving forward. And what we found when we look into their minds and talk to them in research, first of all, they think they know Hawaii. They really think they know the destination, and they really don't. And so we just do simple explanations to them. We bring to life each of the individual 6 island brands to them, and inevitably, they find at least one they want to visit next. So it's clear to us we need to continue building each of the individual island brands as we move forward. So we're going to continue with that. But we've been doing that for years, and this 1/3 of the target audience universe is still yet to pick this destination. And a lot of that messaging has had our brand on it, our logo on it. And so what we found now with another piece of research, friends and family are the most influential source for making a destination decision. You trust your friends and family most. So we're bringing social media into the game and really making it kind of the bedrock for our new campaign, hashtag Let Hawaii Happen. So it's a focus on never beens, on each island brand, and using social media more than ever before to have friends and family recommend the destination to those folks who have yet to select the destination. So to show the campaign, I need you guys to kind of step out of your own shoes for a second, because we're all marketers, and we all look at creative work in a particular way. And I'd like you to think about being our target audience for a moment. So say you're late 30s, mid 40s, living in Chicago, LA, Boston. You travel quite a bit. You travel for vacation at least once a year by plane. And you don't really just travel to hit the iconic spots. You really want unique experiences. Let's say your last trip was to Italy. You went to Rome, an iconic spot. You went to Florence, another iconic spot. But you wanted to get out and wander one day without a map. And so you started walking down the cobblestones, just kind of exploring. You'd been in Florence for 3 or 4 days, and you kind of felt the flow and rhythm of the place. You were comfortable, and you're walking down a path, and it's these old stone buildings, and you see a doorway open, and you stick your head in, and there's a cobbler in the back of the shop working away. There's some shoes on a little stand, and you look up on the wall, and there's his father's photo, his grandfather's photo, and his great-grandfather's photo. And you know you need a pair of shoes from that store. And so you find a pair of shoes, and when you go back, that's the experience you talk about. Sure, you've been to Rome and all the wonderful experiences there. You've been to Florence and seen the art and the experiences there that everyone knows about. But the story you share is that wonderful experience, the unique experience that you had. And that's what you value as a traveler. So you're in your early 40s, late 30s, sitting in LA, San Francisco, Boston, New York, and this campaign comes on. So let's look at the commercials. So again, really focused on those folks who fit our profile, have traveled to all these destinations. You guys are call home. They go to Indonesia, they go to Bali, they go to Mexico, they go Caribbean, our primary competitive destinations, but they have experiences like this that they can't quite often have in Mexico and parts of the Caribbean. So again, it's a competitive set commercial, but it really focuses on the new customer for us. We also taken it out to print, and the structure now introduces user-generated content. The top photo and the waypoint and the bottom photo are ours. The middle photo is one we found through a social media platform. It has their handle on there, and it all leads to hashtag Let Hawaii Happen. So we've built those out. These are just a few examples showing each island, working with our island chapters, and we also find influencers. In this instance, I think this was in Bon Appetit, and there's a cuisine story there that we wanted to tell, again, that allows us to tell a deeper story about the destination as we negotiated the placement of these ads. This one, I think, was in Condé Nast Traveler, and a tastemaker we found who is a local person who's able to, again, expand on his view of the destination, connects with the readers in a different way than it would if it was coming from our branded side of that message. On the digital side of things, just briefly, as we launch the campaign, we have an overlay on the homepage that really brings the campaign in front of everyone as they come to the website. As they go to each island landing page, it's built out there as well. I'm just going to show you the Kauai example. It also allows you to see the video assets we have there, allows you to share it very easily. And then if you want to get into your kind of vacation mode of planning, trip planning, moving down the path that way, we make it really easy. You can put, again, the map waypoints where you like. The first and last point will be either still photos or video assets that we provide. Everything in the middle then is user-generated content. So again, people get an idea from us, but they really want to see what other people like them think about the destination, and it's just a real easy way for them to dig in a little deeper by just staying on the same page. The social media program has helped us do that in a big way. We really kicked it off last year at the end of the year because we knew as soon as we started pointing people to the platforms, we needed to have the right content there. So we worked with, we've got roughly 3 million followers. We worked with them to start coordinating and going through those assets. We identified 22 social influencers, both from the source markets, but also from the Hawaiian Islands, to work in developing content there as well. And then when we launched the campaign in January, in the first 2 months and a week, we've had over 28 million social impressions. And another critical point of view for us, or measure, is video views. And we've had over 1.3 million video views of those videos as well. So a real strong launch to the program. Again, it's nothing we could have done by ourselves. The team has met across all the islands with industry partners, over 100 industry partners. You guys have started amplifying the hashtag handle, and hopefully you're seeing some benefit from it on your social platforms as well. Part of the challenge is there's just so much content on the Hawaiian Islands out there. And so we've got a program in place that helps us categorize it and helps us build the island brands in the appropriate way. It's not all automated. It takes a lot of hands-on work. And when we use anything, we need to make sure we've gone through a usage rights program to make sure it's the appropriate photo, it's the appropriate photographer, and that we have the usage all worked out that way. With regard to the next leg on this, which is bringing the social influencers, our advocates, and our ambassadors out to the destination so they can get fresh content and get excited about the destination and help us promote it again, we're doing this much in the way we've done in the past with our media programs. And so these two folks were recently out on Hawaii Island and helped us by generating content, again, that's on brand for the island and gets out to their followers. We've got a bunch of other programs lined up as well. We have 3 Insta-meets planned for this calendar year. We've got some social channel takeovers. But as I mentioned earlier, a key metric for us is video views. If you look at YouTube now, 71% of searches on YouTube have to do with the destination. So clearly an upper funnel opportunity for us, a place we need to be. So we're working real hard to make sure we're incorporating more and more video on our social channels. We're producing more video, and of course we're working with social influencers who have created and will create more video content for us. But it's a surprising number to me, at least, to find that 71% of searches on YouTube were for destination names. Moving kind of into a hybrid area, this used to be just PR, but in this instance it's a combination of a paid program that allowed us to get some content on the editorial side of things on a great aperture for us. The Travel Channel, clearly a good place for us to be with our programming. They have a show, this is the third year, they've had it once a year. It's called The Trip. I'd explain it to you, but they do a better job themselves. So let's show the video.
Every year, Travel Channel surveys the globe in search of the most extraordinary destination.
And this year, it's Hawaii.
Hawaii. Hawaii! Because Hawaii has it all. And with a backdrop as beautiful as this, we've designed a one-of-a-kind exotic adventure that hits 5 of Hawaii's major islands. A jaw-dropping itinerary.
I feel like the most special person on earth.
Full of heart-pounding adventure.
This is the craziest thing I've ever done.
Luxurious escapes and unforgettable food. Oh, wow.
Get out of town. That is so good. And guess what? You can enter for a chance to win the whole thing.
Everything, because it's The Trip.
The Trip
The Trip.
2015.
Let's do this.
So, welcome to Hawaii.
So a great program for us. Again, it's on strategy with their content. We work with them real closely. Ultimately, it's their program. They get to develop the content, but we shaped it in a way where it highlighted each of the islands and helped, again, build each of those island brands in a way that we hope is attractive to the never-beens. We also look at the Golf Channel closely. HTA supports the PGA Tour in Hawaii, and we leverage that relationship to get a lot of marketing efforts placed on the Golf Channel. It's something we've done now for probably about 9 years, 10 years, thank you. Just over 9 years. And it's something that's real positive for us. If you look at our media buying, and we didn't have this relationship with the PGA Tour, the media buying firm looks at the numbers and says you need to be on the Golf Channel. And it's not to bring golfers to Hawaii necessarily, but if you look at the audience, they're right in the middle of our profile, smack dab in the bullseye, and so it's an important program for us. And each year we get a little bit better with it. This past year, their promo was all month long in Hawaii. Let's show a couple of videos from there real quickly, please.
Well, Maui is Hawaii's second largest island and offers plenty of unique experiences beyond the beautiful white or black beaches. And one of those things you can do, how about some windsurfing? Check that out in Paia. Beautiful spot there. And of course, this time of year, there's always the opportunity to view the humpback whales. There's also a world-class aquarium here on Maui. Hawaii offers experiences found nowhere else in the world, whether it's exploring lava tubes or surfing the best waves you will ever ride. It is all right here on Maui, the Valley Isle. It is a stunningly beautiful place, and we are so glad to be back here one more time for this Hyundai Tournament of Champions, the 17th consecutive year. The PGA Tour's winter-only event is being staged in this little piece of paradise. As we go back to the golf course now, the par 5 9th, Jerry. Here's Bubba Watson second.
On land, in the sea, and through the air, paradise is par for the course.
Outrigger canoeing is something that they're very passionate about, have a lot of pride in, and be able to take part in that and learn about it, their tradition, the history behind it. You know, it makes you feel like you're part of the island.
Be able to do something that they've done for hundreds of years and understand it and learn about it. It's a cool experience.
Bring a piece of paradise home with you. Discover the Hawaiian Islands.
So that first clip was just part of the editorial coverage of the golf tournament, and people think, wow, those announcers really know the destination well. It's because our PR team is feeding them all of that information, and a lot of those clips are from our B-roll, but it folds in real nicely. And then the second clip is with one of the players. He is actually the FedEx Cup champion last year, and it's gotten to the point now where we've been doing this for 10 years, and we have developed relationships with players, and players are now coming to us asking if they can participate in the promotion of Hawaii on the Golf Channel because they know they're going to have a great experience and it builds their individual brand as well. These are folks we couldn't afford to have lunch with normally. Now they're coming in wanting to be part of our promotion. So I think a great program overall. On the PR side, just one highlight from last year. The end of last year, we combined with our team over on Kauai to bring The Biggest Loser out. A great program for us. Again, we were able to work with them on what to highlight, where to go, where not to go, what to show, really how to bring the island brand to life, working within their programming kind of framework. So we continue to look for these opportunities, and they all are working, again, focused on that never been to Hawaii visitor who fits the Hawaii Target Traveler profile, showing them experiences that can't be had anywhere but on the Hawaiian Islands, and really building that demand, putting it down the marketing continuum towards conversion. And then as we get close to conversion, we don't step away completely. We hand it off to Karen Hughes and her team. And they work real closely with all of you in terms of the sales departments and conversion-oriented partners to make sure that all that awareness and demand is converted into business for the Hawaiian Islands. So I'd like to introduce my partner, Karen Hughes.
Aloha, thanks for sticking around. Give me 5 minutes, okay, before you run off to lunch. Talk about really being between lunch and a presentation. As Jay said, our job in the travel trade department is to take all that demand created by Jay and Kara and Gina and Darlene and the whole team who create all that demand, and then we need to make sure somebody does something with that demand. And that's where these guys come in. This is the distribution system, and it is to Hawaii what Foot Locker and Sports Authority is to Nike. If you think of it in those terms, that's really what the distribution system is all about. We consider it our job to really understand how to optimize each one of these channels in their very unique way. It's a very fragmented distribution system, and we pride ourselves on keeping on top of how we can make every one of them work in the way that makes most sense for that channel. We've been really busy in the marketing arena, and again, big thank you to Jay's team, we've leaned on them quite heavily this year as we took a very aggressive approach to marketing, and we really refurbished our entire marketing platform for the trade. We have a new and improved website. We completely rebuilt our training and education content. Centralized database was completely rebuilt. And we have developed a robust communication strategy that I'll talk to you about in just a second. And so we're going to let the Jay's team off the hook a little bit and brought in Paige Gaylord to help us manage all of our B2B, not just the travel trade, but the MCI B2B marketing as well. Paige, welcome to the team. She's been aboard a couple months now. So the website was developed, agents.gohawaii.com. Hawaii has always been known for its really tremendous educational program, and we wanted to continue that by really refreshing it. So the new certification courses live on the site, and I just want to point out a couple of things that we've done that are really different and unique with this site. The panels that you see, the 4 boxes, are all interchangeable. So anytime that we see a need, these are very tactable, they can be very tactical, and we can promote a statewide message if we see a need coming up. And as David mentioned earlier, this is a fragile marketplace right now. It's never going to be 100% stable. We're going to need to put some tactical things in play, and this is exactly why this site was built as it was. In addition, the 2 bottom portions can be used for tactical messaging as well. The other thing that is new and improved about the site is that it is tablet and smartphone enabled. So a travel agent can use this wherever they want to use it, at home, at the office, smartphone and tablet enabled. The training content has been completely refreshed, and online it's narrated by this wonderful man with this beautiful, smooth Hawaiian voice that just gets travel agents jazzed. It's not just someone with a voice like mine that doesn't have that wonderful Hawaiian accent. So the narration is in Certification 1 and 2 are completely up and running. 3 through 6, which are really island-specific courses, are just going to be launching within the next 2 weeks. We're just getting them through our final edits from the island chapters, and want to thank them, really thank them for all of their help in putting this content together. And then we developed a badge of honor that agents can wear proudly when they pass each one of these courses. It's an instant gratification for them to pass each course. It is laced with the colors of each island, and as they get these badges, they better understand and are educated. They better understand what each one of the colors for each one of the islands means, and so there is meaning behind the badges. The courses were shorter, more customized, and really taking into consideration that everybody is time-starved, including you, so I'm going to keep going. This training has also been adapted to live training, and this is our central team who does the training on the mainland and in Hawaii, depending on where we can find agents en masse. It's led by Robin Basso. They just got off of the road. She's actually still on the road as we speak. George is based in the East Coast and Christy on the West. And then, of course, our Island Chapter Travel Trade team is going to be delivering their island-specific courses, the refreshed courses that they're now editing, and we'll start that with our next set of blitzes. We trained over almost 11,500 travel agents last year, and I'll bet some of you guys didn't even think there were still 11,500 travel agents left, right? Right. There are. Trust us. And we are going to continue to ramp that up in 2015, and our goal with online and live training is to double our database with graduates over the next 2 years. This is our Blitz schedule. You will also get this in the co-op opportunity sheet that you can get on your way out. The March, obviously, we just finished on the West Coast. We're going to go to the East in April. A brand new Blitz in July in Canada, and then in October we'll do Texas and the Pacific Northwest. So jump on board. We love as many partners as we had. We had record attendance in March this last week, and so we encourage you to get involved in those Blitzes. We also want to get agents here. As we've been saying all morning, the best way to showcase Hawaii is to get agents here, and so we were successful in getting NACTA here in November of this year. Sheraton Kona at Keauhou Bay is sponsoring that event, and HVCB and HTA seeded that event. We're also working on ASTA. We're almost there, and we're trying to do this as a hybrid between their annual meeting and a destination showcase so that we can hand select the agents that come to that meeting. We'll keep you posted on that. Our database and communications platform is completely enhanced for push communications for events and trade shows and things of that sort. Triggered emails based on behavior. If we see an agent that's come into training and hasn't finished it, we'll nudge them a little bit with a triggered email. So we have a whole communications plan around this database to make sure that we can minimize the need to use a third party and pay for a third party for their list to communicate to travel agents. Again, our database is going to offer us opportunities for partnership in communications. Now, both the website and the database partner opportunities are still to come, and we just got all this off the ground, so give us a few months to get all this together, and we will be communicating with you on how we can partner in a communication strategy. Getting the word out. How do we make sure agents know all of these marketing materials and this website is there? We did a pretty big push with media this year. And honestly, you don't have to spend a lot of money in this space to make a lot of noise, and that was our goal. We have HVCB seeded co-op, which many of you participated in with an insert in multiple publications. We controlled the content of that, and if you haven't seen it, please let me know. We'll be happy to send you an electronic version of it. If you didn't participate this year, we invite you to do it next year. Always kind of a bit of a wait-and-see attitude for that first year, but I hope you will enjoy what you see and understand it's a bit of a learning, it's a bit of branding, and it's a bit of pushing product with our partners. And these are the publications that we worked with this year. Publishers also have co-op opportunities. So when your rep from these publications comes in with co-op opportunities, that's also endorsed by HVCB. We've aligned our creative. Our island chapters and our central ads have the same look and feel, while giving the island chapters full framework to put their own message in, while making sure that we all look like we belong to the same family. And all of the messaging is driving to the website where agents can learn more, see more, get more marketing materials, and become certified. This is just a little bit of a look of the new creative, and it really aligns with Jay's creative on the consumer side, Let Hawaii Happen. The messaging is a little bit tweaked depending on whether it's an all Hawaii message or an island-specific message, but again, really driving them to that educational component on the website. Digital. We have lots of digital, just to again stay in front and center. We can't compete with a country like Mexico with the budget, but we can certainly compete if we're smart with our media and stay in front of these agents in a digital way. So what's next? Optimize. Now that we've got all this stuff rolled out, our job is to optimize each and every one of them. To build that database, as I say, we're looking to double it in 2 years. There's going to be some more partner opportunities on the website. One is a FAM organizer. Very similar to what HTA is doing now with our travel agent weeks, travel agent month, I should say. We'll be doing a little bit more of that in pockets where you need the help and where you can accommodate agents, and we'll get more information on that in the coming weeks. And we will also be, again, looking to do state and island-specific promotions for need periods, need cities, need flights, and need months. And we will continue in 2015 and we're starting to plan on 16, that's kind of scary, for our media for 2016. Co-op. We continue our refinement on co-op. As you know, we got a little bit of a couple of black eyes when we introduced this concept, but the second year, the year into it, our partners are pleased, very pleased with how it's actually turned out. Where they come to us with an application if they have a big idea, and that is really a market development fund application where we consider all of the components under some strict criteria. If we have a need, and we see it as an industry for a departure city, an airline, a certain number of dates, a certain island that may need help, we'll go out to the industry and request an RFP. So a little bit of a twist on co-op. They found that very, very helpful because the annual plans help them plan a little bit further, and we can take advantage of their expertise when we need the help. A little bit less subjective this year. We went out with weighted measures. So our criteria is weighted. It makes it a little less subjective, and the partners know exactly how they can get the highest dollar amount for their co-op plans. Consortia marketing continues, and we work with these major consortia groups because they have a loyal consumer base. They have a relationship, a one-on-one relationship with the consumers, and we want to take advantage of that. So these are the partners that we're working with. We will increase our efforts with them this year. And if the sky were blue, this is what one of those ads would look like. Pleasant Holidays could be anyone. It could be Classic, it could be MLT, it could be one of many wholesalers. Starwood could be Marriott, it could be Aston, it could be Outrigger, it could be one of many of our hotel partners. And then the Travel Leaders is the travel agency where the consumer actually goes to buy this product. So it leverages all of our money to make a much bigger presence, and it gets to a loyal audience who calls a real live person who can actually sell this destination beyond a price point. That's the value of that distribution channel for us. So with that, I will say mahalo. I will